And also with the artists you've worked with a lot of people. A lot of them people are characters, to say the least. The main culprits in my head, S1 and Russ. And especially at the time, I think they were beefing at that point in time.
Oh yeah.
So how do you manage conflict? Not conflict, but how do you manage artists who have a lot of character about them and are quite what's the word? Volatile.
It's a good question, man. I think you got to understand them, innit? And you got to understand why people behave the way that they do. And obviously, when you've come from a similar environments, when you're in them environments, you're around people like that all the time. You know what I mean? When you're in the streets or when you're around people that are just they're just jugging or whatever, you've got different personalities. You've got people that's about like money. You've got people that are violent. You've got people that just are rude. Some people are just literally just explosive, like just you don't know what they're gonna do next type of thing. So when you've come up from them kind of environments, you're used to seeing those behaviors, and as you get older and you mature, you realize why people kind of behave the way that they do, and that's based off of the experiences that they've had in it. So if they've had a volatile upbringing, more time, their behavior might be a bit volatile. Do you know what I mean? Their understanding might be a little bit different. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to have patience for that. So it takes a lot of patience, but you can only have patience from understanding. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why when people ask us like, TK, SK, like, how do you do this, or even how do you manage, or how do you work with artists that are beefing at the same time? Like, but that's because of also for us as individuals or as managers, as professionals, we've got to know that certain things that man just don't entertain. Like if you want to start talking about like beef and all of this stuff, we don't care about that. All man cares about is music. Like, and do you want to blow? That's all man cares about. All of that extra stuff, like you don't like this person and this person, man don't care about that. Like, I'm not here to take sides. I'm not cool with this gang. I'm not affiliated with none of that. Man's just trying to do music, make people change their lives, help their families, better the situation, set an example for other people to follow. Like that's it. Do you get what I'm saying? So once you set that rule and that vibe, they just know to respect that, even if you're working with someone that they may not like or whatnot in it. At first, they don't really get it, but in the long run, they realize why a man has to do it, and that allows us to navigate, not picking sides. Yeah, like you got a lot of men in the industry, for example, that would be like, even like people that be trying to do this executive thing, innit? Like on an A&R thing or manager thing, and it's like, like they start like taking sides with, it's like, man, can't chat to them because they roll with this person. But it's just like, bro, you're not about that. Do you know what I mean? So,
but obviously because to counter that, do you feel like, say, has there ever been an artist that you got super tight with, like, and you're kind of like friends in a sense, where you felt like, okay, you know what, maybe I shouldn't like rock with someone who's beefing him type thing, because obviously I don't want to fuck up my friendship with my man type thing.
Nah, bro, this is business. Like, man has a friendship, of course, innit? But it's the same thing as like, I don't live your lifestyle, so I'm not governed by the rules that you live in your lifestyle. Do you know what I'm saying? And do you know what I mean? If you're on the roads, then the roads has a certain ethos and a philosophy of how you should move. Same way as like when you go corporate and you're working in certain offices, there's a certain type of lingo, there's a way to dress, there's a certain type of code. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I don't speak that language, innit? And so that's not, you can't box me into that.